Bienvenido a Sonora.
En un camión pasajero de esos que van pa' Sonora, yo iba cansado y con sueño cuando subió una señora con unos ojazos negros de veras encantadora. Guaymas y Puerto Peñasco, no crean que los he olvidado, y es que durmió entre mis brazos en Sal y Río Colorado, y al cantarle a sus ojazos me cantó a su lindo estado. ¡Ahí quedamos!
So I met Martin Leon 3 years ago in Las Vegas. We had dinner at the SCI convention.
I'm Martin Leon here at Rancho La Candelaria in Sonora, Mexico. I've been guiding for over 30 years. My ranch is one of the biggest one in Sonora. It's over 100,000 acres. This ranch has been here in our family for over 50 years.
One of the incredible things about Sonora is that you can come down here and you can hunt a combo hunt, and you can hunt sheep, and then you can hunt mule deer.
Last night was like the first night of any hunt I remember since I was a young boy. I don't think I got a wink of sleep. Driving in yesterday from the airport across this terrain and just look at every mountain wondering if there were sheep up there.
Sierra del Viejo. Sierra del Viejo.
It's day one. We got beautiful weather. It's about 40 degrees. It's so quiet out here. Just stop the truck as we work our way up into the mountains here, glassing. Sometimes these sheep will be down low, so we just don't want to drive past something. Keep looking at all the bowls, drainages here, and just continue to work our way up into the heart of the mountains. 2 years ago, we went to Russia, and then this year we had the opportunity to go to Alaska. So to come hunt sheep in Sonora was just a dream. I mean, I knew the terrain would be different. I knew the hunting would be different, but I didn't really know exactly what to expect.
This terrain is just rough and tough. This is the second time we've had the truck stuck and had to dig it out. But fortunately, we can get around a good portion of this concession by vehicle because it would just take forever.
There's gotta be sheep up there. There's one skyline, the U. These desert bighorns, they blend so well. This terrain, quarter their weights on their head, but it's just so hard to pick them up. It's midday and the heat waves are picking up as well. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
We decided to head west to an area where Gabby had spotted some rams prior to our arrival. From the distance he was at, he said it was hard to determine if they were shooters or not. We wanted to get out there and try to make a determination if that's a group that we want to go after.
Just located 4 rams in the drainage. They're down pretty low. It's about 1,300 yards. Just trying to get a better look at them. It's hard with the cactus. First glance, one of the rams look like he's got pretty good mass on him, but it's just too hard to tell. Thermals are still popping a little bit. One? Grande?
Mm-hmm.
Going this way? That second one looks pretty, like he's got good mass. Carries it. I've hunted far west Texas for aoudad, but not Sonora, and the terrain here I think is even harsher. The rocks, after coming from Texas and Alaska and Russia, I can't believe how hard and sharp the terrain is here, and namely the rocks climbing in the mountains. It's just you're not going to go anywhere fast. The second ram was coming right up to the top of that spine. He's going to work his way up.
It was just too late in the day to pursue these sheep. The rams were feeding up and ended up feeding over the top of the summit.
Well, my favorite animal, of course, is desert sheep. It's not just the animal, it's the habitat where he lives. Here at the ranch, we have one of the biggest mountain we call the Old Man Range, or in Spanish would be La Sierra del Viejo. That's 3,000 feet high.
Day 3, we had the opportunity to add some guys to our scouting party. I think that gave us 5 or 6 sets of eyes between the spotting scopes and the binoculars on the mountain. just outside of camp. There's been rams on all these surrounding mountains. We're gonna put some glass on them, make sure that we're not driving by anything.
We decided to head back to a place where we had seen some rams on day one. They moved up into a drainage and it was hard to get a good look, and these sheep just disappear out here in this vegetation. But we had extra guys and more glass. We thought that'd be a good plan to basically work those drainages and work that side of the mountain.
I think we're just gonna have to keep getting a different angle and looking back into every drainage, and hopefully we can pick them up.
In 1995, that's when we got the first sheep tag. The government of the state of Sonora did a program where for every 5 animals that we release, we get 1 extra tag. By doing that, we have more animals, more sheep on the mountain.
It's about midday, we decided we were gonna go pretty far back in the mountains, even for this ranch, which is a huge ranch. And crazy enough, we come around the corner and there's a coos deer. And I've never hunted coos deer, but I've spent a lot of time hunting small whitetail on public land in Arkansas growing up. And I just knew how small coos deer was. When I saw that deer, I thought, whoa, that's a huge coos deer. And Martine looked at me and he's like, you need to shoot that coos deer. If you've never hunted coos, that's a great coos deer. I jump out of the truck, and by the time I grabbed the rifle and put a shell in, I was having a hard time locating the deer. And the guys on the back are saying, he's right there, he's right there. I think it was about 160 yards. And the sun was shining. I was picking up a little glare from the rocks on the side of the mountain, but I could not find the deer. And Martine finally says, oh, he's moved there. So I lay the rifle on the truck window to try to get visual on this deer, and I see at roughly 300 yards this big ram looking down into my scope, and I've got this ram square in the crosshairs. And caught completely by surprise, I asked Martine, I said, is he below the ram? There's a ram staring at me. And he said, no, it's a coos deer. I said, no, there's a ram looking back at me. And he's like, no way, where's the ram?
He's on the right side, Martine, of the cactus.
And sure enough, now the focus has completely changed. Oh, there's a shooter ram at 300 yards right up the mountain looking at us. So Martine, immediately I can hear the excitement in his voice, and he's a guy that's hunted sheep all over the world and hunts sheep here every year. And immediately he was like, you have to shoot this sheep. So I go around to the other side of the truck, and it actually worked out perfect. We laid a jacket on the truck mirror, and the angle was pretty steep, straight up the mountain, and like it was meant to be.
310 yards.
310.
310. Tell me when you're ready. Le pegó. Ryan,
He down.
he's going down. He's down. He's down. He's down. Hey, congratulations. Great ram.
Thank you. Holy cow.
Jesus.
Gabby.
No.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Bueno. Muy bueno.
What a story.
Great ram.
That's unbelievable. Wow.
Muy bueno, ¿no?
Still can't actually believe what just took place. We just hammered. Looks like a big old ram. It's just unbelievable that we were that lucky. We went down to the wire in Alaska and was prepared for, numerous climbs here, and that's just hunting.
Look at that, Martine.
Yes, it's a beautiful ram, right? Room full.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you so much.
Great shot.
Unbelievable.
And this is why you come to Sonora, Mexico right here. Old desert, bighorn sheep, incredible day. Didn't exactly think it was gonna happen like it did. Pretty amazing to get up close to them. I've always dreamed of doing this, and so fortunate. It was just a pretty credible experience, and I'm just so lucky that luck was on my side.
I think anyone that's been to Mexico understands and appreciates the incredible hospitality of the Mexican people. And to be able to go down and not only enjoy that, to be able to hunt sheep and mule deer so close to the ocean in that terrain, man, it was just a dream come true. Hunting is a brotherhood, and that to me is one of the things that's so special about the hunting community.
The environment here and the weather, it's just extreme temperature changes, which I'm pretty amazed at. Basically in the morning, you've got freezing or just above freezing temps, and then by 10 or 11 o'clock in the day, it's 75 degrees or 80 degrees. And the animals here are numerous. Sonora's known for big mule deer, and we're top driving this morning. It's awesome, cold morning. Seeing lots of deer. I was super excited because I grew up hunting whitetail, and I've hunted whitetail in South Texas, and it's very similar to the way you hunt here. We've just seen a good buck in here. Looks like he's very tall, G2s. Like tall, looks like he's got a deep split on both sides. Just want to get a better look at it. Get him to stand still. It's so thick in here. He's with 4 does. I want to get it straight on shot to check his mask because it was hard to see his mask through the cactus. We wanted to make sure that we got a deer that we were happy with, make sure there's no broken tines or fighting like crazy right now. And so we just wanted to be patient.
At this point, we're seeing new deer every day. They are rutting so hard, and they are just oblivious to everything around them except the does they're chasing. A couple guys in camp tagged out while we were sheep hunting, and so we just have open road and keep heading further and further west. We haven't found that deer that's in that special 200-inch range that's not broken off, but there's no reason not to be patient because every corner you turn or every hill that you go over, there's new bucks that have not been seen all year on camera and that have not been seen on this trip.
Got a great deer. He's heavy. He's got a kicker off, I don't know which side. He's behind a tree right now, but he's actually blind in one eye. Great deer. He's gonna push 2. We're gonna give him time. Get a better look at it when he gets out in the open, but definitely want to shoot this deer. He's very old. Beautiful deer. That's a big deer. He shot a great deer. Just went straight down. What a beautiful deer. My goodness. He's heavy. Very heavy, yeah. Kicker off the right side. We shot a beautiful old Sonoran mule deer. This buck's, he's been fighting a lot. He's actually got a broken nose, and he's missing his left eye. He's been gored, chocolate horn, beautiful symmetry, great mass. It's a great deer to take out here. We've been chasing them all week, but the rut's on, and new deer are showing up every day. Couldn't be happier. This hunt is another experience that we'll remember for the rest of our lives. Now I truly understand why anybody that hunts in Sonora has raved about it and just dreams every day of going back. To have the opportunity to come down here and hunt with Martin Leon and his Mexican guides makes us better hunters, and the camaraderie makes us better people. This is a place that we'll take a lot of memories from. It's just something that sticks with you.